For the NBA fans who did tune in last year, this scene is oh so familiar. The NBA players bent the knee to the woke mob, put on their BLM t-shirts, had the names of criminals and social justice warrior messages on the backs of their jerseys, Black Lives Matter stenciled all across the court, LeBron James and company talking about oppression, systemic racism, inequality, while these guys are making millions and millions of dollars to dribble a basketball. Normal people like you and me, we weren't too impressed with this, so a lot of us, including myself, completely tuned right out. Not interested, didn't care. Once this all started, and I'll tell you, I'm a big NBA fan, huge NBA fan. Boston Celtics are my team. Loved the Celtics. I loved it when basketball used to be a great sport, NBA basketball, when you had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and even in the Kobe years, Vince Carter. That was great basketball. The game has changed so much. But once this whole social justice warrior thing started in the NBA and other pro sports, millions of fans tuned out. They lost millions and millions of dollars. Now, Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, promised us that this year it would be different. BLM wouldn't be sprawled across the court. There would be no social justice warrior messages or criminals' names on the jerseys or anything like that. So, did he keep his promise? I'll tell you in a second. Before I do, guys, I would love to have you join me on this journey. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. And if you like my videos, leave me a thumbs up. The best thing I like about making these videos and having the community that I do is the comments. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you guys think. You guys have been great so far with the comments that you have left. You guys have been motivating me, some great back and forth, and I'm just having a great time. I've been saying it in all my videos. I'm having a great time. I've got some great people subscribed in this community, and I'm really, really looking forward to just growing it to see where this channel can go. So thank you guys so much. Hit that little red subscribe button, and let's get this channel growing, get this community growing. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right, so Adam Silver said we're done with the social justice warrior messaging, all that other. Okay, so the NBA came out and did away with it. However, we knew this wasn't going to be the end of it. In the NBA, we still listen. Go check out Black and White Sports. They have a YouTube channel, Black and White Sports. It's Road Rants and John Matrix. These guys are super funny. They got a great channel. They call it the Woke NBA of China. Super funny guys. But they keep you up to date on all the professional sports and what's going on with it. Anyway, so yeah, for the most part, the NBA was starting to get back to semi-normal, I guess. But we all knew that wasn't going to be the case. Sure enough, it wasn't. And I've still tuned out. Listen, I still haven't watched any games, along with a lot of people. Once the damage is done, once they alienated us like they did last year, I mean, it's hard to convince anybody to come back and watch this nonsense. Anyway, the point I'm getting at: Celtics and Miami Heat game scheduled for the other night was the same day that Jacob Blake, now you all remember that criminal Jacob Blake, he was shot 7 times by the police and he survived, he was paralyzed. He was in the middle of committing a felony, several felonies when the police showed up, fought with the police, was going for a knife. I'm sure you guys remember the story, happened in Kenosha and is what caused the city to burn down basically from BLM and Antifa. Now, they came out and the district attorney or whoever came out and said there will be no charges filed on any of the police officers involved in Jacob Blake's shooting. All right, normal people that knew what was going on, regular people that have been paying attention, were like, okay, cool, good. The police don't deserve to be charged. Only made sense that the cops didn't get in trouble for the shooting. So it was called a good shoot, whatever. So the Celtics and the Heat, with that going on in what was going on at the Capitol in Washington, D.C., decided they were going to boycott the game. Let me just read this. Celtics Heat contemplate boycotting game, release joint statement amid U.S. Capitol chaos. The statement continued, we decided to play tonight's game and try to bring joy into people's lives, but we must not forget the injustices in our society, and we will continue to use our voices and our platform to highlight these issues and do everything we can to work for a more equal and just America. Hashtag Black Lives Still Matter. I wish they wouldn't. That's their problem. These guys don't understand. No one wants to hear them crying about oppression. No one wants to hear LeBron James crying about how black people are oppressed in the United States. Nobody wants to hear it. Like, how do these people live it? Listen, they played last summer in a bubble for the NBA. They're living in a bubble. They just don't see that nobody wants to hear them talk about these issues because they're so out of touch with reality. So, the whole point of this video is I was absolutely disgusted because it's like I said, I'm a Celtics fan. I was a Celtics fan. And when I saw the Celtics, when I was watching the highlights of it, and I saw something about they walked into the locker room, they had a little players only meeting, and they decided they first were gonna boycott, then they decided they were gonna play, so they came out, they bent the knee, took the knee during the national anthem. It's like, Jesus, we're doing this again, you guys? You guys didn't learn. You're destroying the league. You're alienating all your fans. But then I noticed something. I was pretty impressed with what I saw. So as I'm looking at these knuckleheads bending the knee and not standing for the anthem, I see one guy on the court, one out of all the players and everything, one guy, you can see I made a little red arrow there pointing to one guy standing. One out of all these players. He had the balls to say, no, not doing it. Standing up for what he believes. I said, what the hell? Who is this guy? Meyers Leonard of the Miami Heat. He says, I stand. This was from his Twitter feed. I stand. I stand for the men and women like my brother who have served this country. I stand against the violence and riots in D.C. I stand in solidarity with my teammates and brothers. I stand against bigotry, racism. Okay, yeah, we get it. But he stands. Listen, to see that, like, good for this guy to stand there with his hand on his heart during the national anthem. So that brings me back to this, what I was reading before. So Meyers Leonard. So I read you the top part where they say hashtag Black Lives Still Matter. Okay, they always did. So I don't know what's going on here, but whatever. I digress. So Meyers Leonard. It says Leonard, whose brother served as a U.S. Marine in Afghanistan, reportedly uses a military-themed backpack and has various friends who are Navy SEALs. So he stands. He explained in the summer why he stands. Some of the conversations I've had over the past 3 days quite literally have been the most difficult, Leonard told the Associated Press before a game. I am with the Black Lives Matter movement. He's got to save a little bit of face here. And I love and support the military and my brother and the people who have fought to defend our rights in this country. He added, I am a compassionate human being and I truly love all people. I can't fully comprehend how our world literally and figuratively has turned into black and white. Well, it's turned into black and white because you've got these crazy radical left people making everything about black and white. When you get people just punching race down your throat and, every news story that's written or read, it's going to say the color of someone's skin. That's how it is. Look at the mainstream media and social media and the people on the left that are constantly bringing up color. That's literally how it's happening. Anyway, there's a line in the sand, so to speak. If you're not kneeling, you're not with us. And that's not true, he says. Bingo. Now, real quick, I just want to say, I don't know if you guys remember when Drew Brees came out with this big statement about how he wasn't going to take a knee and why he was against taking a knee and bowing the knee to the mob, and he was going to stand for the anthem. Then one of his teammates came out. Was it Malcolm Jenkins? I can't remember the guy's name, Malcolm Jenkins or something like that. One of Drew Brees' teammates on the Saints came out, started shitting all over Drew Brees, saying all this stuff against him, and Drew Brees came out, apologized 5 or 6 different times. His wife apologized for him 5 or 6 different times, and he took the knee, and then he had, I think, Jacob Blake's name on his helmet, decided to put a criminal's name on his helmet. So So Meyers Leonard says, if you're not kneeling, you're not with us, and that's not true. He's absolutely right. However, Drew Brees, they told him, if you're not kneeling, you're not with us. And Drew Brees said, okay, I'll kneel. Sorry, guys. Crazy. So good for this kid. Good for Meyers Leonard. Wow. I'm super impressed that he's standing up for what he believes in. That's awesome. Good for Meyers Leonard. And you know what? I'm going to end this video right here and stop running my mouth. I just want to say this is the perfect example of just standing up for what you believe in, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what. Can you imagine before this guy stood for this, what he was thinking? Like, oh my God, these guys, none of my teammates are going to ever talk to me again, pass the ball to me again. I'll probably never play again. He was probably having all these thoughts going through his head. But he said, you know what? I'm standing up for what I believe. Like, he knows he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing the right thing. He's standing up for what he believes in his heart. Now, if it was something terrible, then that's a different story. But this guy truly believes what's in his heart. He's standing up for what he believes in, and there's nothing better than that in the world today. And we're not seeing that. I mean, that's what we need to see more of: is good people standing up for what they believe, not bending the knee to the woke mob, not cowering to these to all this madness, all this cancel culture. This guy took the chance of being canceled right there, and I'm sure he caught a bunch of flack from the social justice warriors on the left, calling him a bigot and a racist and an ism and an ist and all this other nonsense. But he doesn't care. He's like, screw it, I'm going to do what I believe in. Good for you. God bless you, man. What a good kid. I just super impressed. Now I'm still not going to tune into the NBA because of it. But it's just good to see that, guys. It's really good to see someone standing up for what they believe. The rest of these guys, they can go pound sand. I could care less. So that's it. I'm glad that I was able to take a story that really aggravated me and pissed me off and kind of flip it to something positive. This is, seeing this guy standing with his hand on his heart during the national anthem all by himself. That's a really positive, strong image. Good, good. Maybe someday we'll have the NBA back to the way it used to be. I doubt it, but until then, we'll have to find other things to do with our time than watch these guys make millions. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Like I said, let's join me on this journey. Let's build this community. Hit the subscribe button. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. The world's gone crazy. Just be a good person. Do the right things. Just like Meyers Leonard. And it's all going to work out, I promise. Stay safe, guys. Peace.